Good evening. Today we're going to have a spiritual session and we're going to discuss about the Bhaktivedanta School in Bali. I have two wonderful directors from the school here with me, and we have the first director, who is Anuradha Dasi, and we have Basudeb Krishna from Calcutta. And I'm going to introduce both of them to y'all, and they're going to tell us a little bit more, and Anuradha Dasi is going to lead us with a prayer. Anuradha Dasi, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself and then lead us with a prayer, please?
My name is Anuradha. I'm joined in Bhaktivedanta Dharma School since 2007. And we want to thanks to you, Mona and Devidanan, for arranging this program.
And Ravi Ji too. He's not here, but
Yes.
it's his initiative.
Good.
Thank you. You're most welcome.
Yes.
Do you want to lead us with a prayer?
So before we are starting, let's us say thank you to our great teacher and our founder of the school. So before we are starting, let's me leading the prayer.
Okay.
Om Magyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chaksurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha.
Thank you so much for that. Basudeva Krishna, would you like to say a little bit about yourself?
Yes, Mona. Thank you to Mona and Devidananji and also Ravi, who is our great friend, and he's organized us and have us come today to this program. We are grateful for us the opportunity to present this Bhaktivedanta Dharma School, which has been there since 2007, and we would like to actually now this year we are taking some great steps to make this school grow further, and that's why we are here to talk with you and see how we can make it even achieve greater, and I'm very happy that we are together trying to work this out.
Very good. Actually, I hope that this video that we're doing of this session will reach everyone in the four corners of the globe, and that they would donate so that we make things happen at the school. So thank you for that. And I will start off with you, Anuradha. Priya, I love that name, and you missed it out because I kept calling you Anuradha Dasi but it's very beautiful. And when was the Bhaktivedanta School started in Bali?
Bhaktivedanta Dharma School was starting at 2007.
Okay.
We are starting with 10 kids
Okay.
in kindergarten.
Okay.
And 2008, we have 20 children.
Okay.
Well, we are renting 2 floors.
Yes.
So, but 2019, we build our own school building,
Okay.
but in the renting land.
In a rented land.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So now in 2019, we have 400 plus students and 3 campus, but
Wow.
still in renting land.
Okay. And in rented land. Wow. 300 students.
400.
400
plus students. Yes.
Wow. Very good. Both boys and girls?
Yes.
Okay. And what age group are they?
They are starting from toddler.
Okay.
That's meant 2 years
Okay.
and 3 years.
Yeah.
And until now is high school are there.
Yes.
So that it start from 15 years.
From 15 years. So do they finish about 18, 19? High school?
Approximately.
Approximately.
Yes. Then what happens when they finish? Do they go on to conventional school, the government school, or do they?
So when they finish the high school, then they actually can directly go to the college, and many of them, they are so well prepared in these schools that they sometimes take a break, they go and do some internships, some vocational jobs, and then they go for higher studies in colleges or universities.
So the curriculum that you teach can actually take them into colleges and universities?
Yes.
Yes.
Because it's international syllabus?
Yes.
Yes, that's what I read. And is there anything special that you'll teach at the Bhaktivedanta Dharma School?
Our specialize is why Bhaktivedanta Dharma School is different than other school. First is
It's
like
because of our founder Acharya.
yes, our founder Acharya was
Dr. T.D.
is
Singh.
he had Dr. T.D. Singh. He's a really great visionary.
Okay.
So he want us to have like international medium school,
Yeah.
English medium school. So world international institution education
Okay.
in our school.
All right.
So not just like learning math, science, and physics, but also they able to like what is it?
Build a new individual training and character.
Yes, to build their natural ability based on science, based on
Vedanta.
Vedanta.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
So that's the speciality there, Vedanta
Yes.
teaching.
Yes.
So how is Vedanta teaching different? Is it spiritual or is it religious? Do we follow Prabhupada's teachings?
Yes, in the sense that we have differently some specific classes on Vedanta, but also we provide a holistic education in the sense that whatever we teach, we are incorporating our spirituality and it's all connected in one. We don't separately see that, okay, this is Vedanta class and this is normal class. In the things that we are teaching in our day-to-day dealings, we try to incorporate a holistic approach and take the teachings of Gita and other scriptures and the learned saints in the practical application. So when the teachers are teaching a subject, they don't teach two things separately, but they incorporate it and present them in a holistic manner.
Wow, that's really wonderful. And do they have normal hours or do they have extra hours?
They have normal hours.
They have normal
Yes.
hours. How do you incorporate it? Because it's incorporated into the science. So if they have to do international syllabus, how do you actually incorporate the Vedanta or the Vedas into it? Is there some sort of module that ISKCON has come up with, or?
Yes, actually, ISKCON has come up with the academic teaching and combined by Vedanta science. So we are applying that in our curriculum in the school based on the character building. So in every subject we can add it all that thing.
Okay, all right, very interesting. Is it right from the 2 years, from the toddlers?
Yes.
Yes, and is it different throughout the different classes or are they the same? The Vedanta teachings?
It's progressive.
It's
So
progressive.
initially they start, say for example, A for Arjuna, and then gradually as they grow higher, then they learn not only about just some character names, but they learn some simple stories, and through that they are able to connect through learnings, and then as they grow more, then they are actually able to write their own stories. They create something which is, they can create some moral, and they then make their own stories like that, and they have some quiz. So different ways we try to encourage and inspire them to learn these ancient teachings that are there in our Vedantic and our.
Okay, very interesting. No, I didn't know about that. I'm learning new things as well. But why do you think such a school was started? I know spiritually there's a spiritual element, but why? Why?
The school started is like I tell you, is Dr. T.D. Singh is our foundation, our
Okay.
founder. He's from India.
Okay.
He has really have like great visionary. So he's like great personality. He's a compassion person.
Compassionate, yes.
Yes, humility, love, care, and spirituality. He want to have like world education institution,
Okay.
and the student is able to like improve their self based on Vedanta and science.
Okay. Do you think it's character building for the children?
Definitely.
Definitely.
definitely,
A very spiritual character building.
Yes.
Okay, so that was your thing. So actually I'm going to come to that now. So could that be your vision and mission?
Yeah, definitely. So we have a very defined, well-defined vision and mission which is connected to our teachings that we find in the Gitas, and that's
Okay.
why our vision is that we want to provide a child-centered education, and that and this educational institution that we are trying to do is actually enriching the young minds.
Okay.
That in a way that throughout this, not only just Bali, but we want to spread throughout Indonesia, where we are nurturing these young talents to develop their natural abilities, because each one of us someone is good in painting, someone is good in music. So these kind of natural talents which are hidden in them, we want to nurture them to the fullest extent, but at the same time it is properly guided.
Yes.
And it's also has elements of science in it, and also combination of some spiritual wisdom. That's our vision. That's
Okay.
how we want to develop our school.
And what about the mission?
Mission also, we have few mission statements, and first of them is to actually help these children to understand and express their emotions, who they are, and how they are actually related to others, how they are related to the Supreme Being. That's the first mission. Then second is to help these children develop and also have an inquisitive mind, because once the inquisitive mind comes, then they try to question life. Atato Brahma Jigyaso, that who am I? What is my relation to other beings? What is my connection to the Supreme Being? So all these kind of questions that come when a person is inquisitive. Otherwise, in normal day-to-day life, if a person is just focusing on normal education, then he is more like a slaughterhouse kind of education, as our Prabhupada used to say, where they just go, they just learn some things, 2 + 2 is 4, and they just go vomit and commit to memory and vomit in exam. But we don't want that kind of mechanical teaching. We want them to be inquisitive. We want them to understand what is the reason behind it, what is the logic behind it, and then they can actually be able to more express their creativity. Also, that's connected to the next point of our vision is that how to help these children express their creativity, and how they can understand and recognize, okay, what is the proper way of dealing, what is improper way, appropriate or inappropriate, this kind of dealings and behavior, they can recognize it, and then they will be able to follow it personally in their own lives. And then other points of our mission is to help these children reflect upon their actions, that okay, I'm acting, but what is the consequence of my action? Taking ownership of their action, taking ownership of their life. It's not just okay because I am everybody else is doing, I also follow that. No, I am independently acting, and I understand what are the actions I am doing, so that they can reflect on this, and that will help them actually to better understand themselves, who they are, where they are coming from, where they are going, what's the journey, what's the destination. And then other 2 last points of our mission is to provide a safe and a caring learning environment, that where a person feels that someone is really well nurtured, cared for, and there is no vulnerability, because a lot of the times in the childhood there is a lot of vulnerable situations that the child has to deal with. But we want to provide a very safe and a very caring learning environment, and at the same time we want to guide these children in developing their spirituality with an open scientific mindset.
Oh, that's very interesting, because you talked about emotions.
Yes.
It just jumped out when you said that. Okay, I love that, because I think we all should be allowed to be expressing our emotions. But then Our Holiness Prabhupada sometimes says that we shouldn't react. True? In terms of anger, in terms of sorrow, in terms of happiness, everything has to be balanced. So how do you teach a child and tell him express the emotions? At the same time, in our teachings we say don't.
That's the balance, again, what Prabhupada says, and that's what I said, that we want the children to actually reflect on their actions, on the consequences. Like if I become angry, or if I start hating somebody, what is the consequences of that? So once they start thinking on those lines, then they can actually see that how their emotions, how their actions, it doesn't only just relate to themselves, but relates to persons around them, and also it reflects on other persons in the class, even on the teacher. Like if for some reason he is upset or she is upset, then the friends around him, they see that okay, today she is acting differently. Even the teacher takes notice of it. So that's how then he or she can understand that okay, this action of mine or this emotion of mine, how is it affecting others? How is it affecting not just only myself? And that's when they start taking notice of it, then they are actually able to do a fine balance in their own life.
Very interesting. Okay, so it's like letting them express and then bringing them down to a very fine-tuned way of expressing their emotions. Okay, thank you for that. Now, Anuradha, Dasi, what are the challenges that the Bhaktivedanta Dharma School is facing to expand their horizon domestically? Because you said from 2007 you had 10 kids, and then in 2019 you've got 4 schools and you've got 400 plus students.
Yes.
So where are these children coming from first? Tell me, where are they coming from?
So mostly our children is from Bali.
Yes.
Some of them from another island.
Okay.
But they have their different religion.
Okay, and it's not Hinduism.
It's not Hindu only.
Are they Muslims or?
Yes.
But they do
Muslim, Christian,
Christians,
Buddhist,
but they come
yes.
to the school.
Yes.
Do they stay in the school all the time? Is it a hostel school, or you can come during the day and go home?
Right now we are only having the day school. So one of the challenges that we are facing is that we have very talented students, but they don't stay within the 20-kilometer radius of the school.
Okay.
So for them to come from so far and then go back, it takes a lot of time.
Yes.
So right now what we have, starting from this year, we have started a partnership with the Bali Mandara Government School,
Okay.
where there will be opportunity for 12 students starting from this academic year
Yeah.
to actually come, and we'll open a new boarding facilities where they will get accommodation,
Okay.
and they can stay in the school, and they will and we will be taking care of their boarding, about their
Food.
about their studies, about their books,
Book
personal
needed.
expenses,
Yes.
all of this. And all of these 12 students, they will be coming, they are actually like selected by the government exam,
Okay.
and they are very talented, but they are coming from the poor economic background of the society.
Okay.
So they are not necessarily coming from nearby regions right now, what's happening in the 20-kilometer region, but they are coming maybe from northern part of the island or southern part, which is 3-4 hours from us. So they will be coming and they will be staying with us. So that's the challenge that we are facing now, and that's what we want to start from this year. And it's a 5-year program where every year we are getting 12 students, so 60 students we are approximately planning for this 5-year period.
Okay, so that's the one we're trying to raise money for.
Yes.
Do they come from very poor economic background or below the poverty line that they can't afford schooling?
Yes, they are
Yes.
coming from very poor economic background, and
Yeah.
so that's why they have the talent, but they cannot afford it. And
Yes.
if we don't support them, then we lose a very bright
Students.
student, and their future is in dilemma, and their future is in vulnerability, because then they can do so many other things because they don't have proper access to good education and a good future.
I'm just trying to understand, because you said they come chosen from the government school.
Yeah, so
Yes.
what happens is that the government school, the program that I was talking to you about, the Bali Mandara government program, they have only a capacity of, say, taking 300 students.
Yes.
But the applications they receive is 1,500, sometimes even more.
Okay.
So from that, they can only select 300 students. But then there are so many others who are still very well talented and very smart and intelligent, but they are not able to accommodate. So we have started a partnership from this year that at least we will start with 12 students from that program, and then if it allows, then we can take again another 12 next year. Like this, we are planning a 5-year project to take 60 students and support them through their high school.
Very good, but I'm just trying to understand the whole scenario, because they are from the economic background, from poverty, maybe below the poverty line. But don't the Balinese schools give free books? No. The government,
yes.
government, yes.
Government's good, yes.
Ah, okay, but even when they come here, they're not given the books. No.
No.
Yeah.
I see. But what does the partnership do?
The partnership just helps us to identify these talents who are really bright students.
But didn't get into the 300 so-called who went into the government school.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to understand, because in Malaysia, they never stop anyone from going to school. Anybody can go to school. We have free education in Malaysia. So any child, as long as they have a Malaysian birth certificate, can go to school from standard 1 to form 5. So I'm just trying to understand why there is a quota of 300.
So this 300 that we are talking about is coming from a very poor background, first of all. And second of all, they don't even have the facility for them to stay in the school, and
more than 300.
And not only that, this is more talking about the high school part, because this is they already finished their primary studies. Now they are going for the higher studies, which is like the grades from 9, 11 and like up to the 12 before they are able to go to the college. So these are the higher grades. So they already finished their primary studies or the secondary studies. Now they're in the high school, and for that they have to either go to some government education. But so government also has some programs where they can actually stay in the government boarding places, and then government takes care of them.
Okay.
Otherwise, if they have to go to normal school, then they have to pay the normal fees and their books and all the other related expenses like their clothing, their food, so many things.
And because they live away from home.
Yes.
Do you all go and assess their parents, or you all just assume? Because when you say they are below the economic or poverty line, do you go and assess from where they are from, etc.?
Yes, we are doing some home visit.
Oh yes, okay.
Yes. So we are work with government education.
Okay.
And we all together and come for their house.
Yes.
To interview and have a look what's going on.
So you do go and do an assessment of them. That's very good. So your main challenge now, I would say, is funds.
Yes.
Do you all have donors who have come forward? I know you've got some anonymous donors, okay? It's still not enough, yeah?
Yes.
But what do you all, in Bali, do you all approach people now you're in Malaysia, which we hope you would raise some money, which is what we are hoping to do this evening. But do you look for corporate donors, or do you look for individuals? What are your challenges? Don't people come and give enough funds?
Yeah, actually, since 2007, a few donors are there. They're helping us how to start the school, and then now also some people were willing, like, I will donate some, like, for painting the school, helping to buy the books, like that. But as we know, since it's time, every people has a different concerns.
Okay. So it's not enough funds. So how are you running now if you don't have enough funds? That's my question, because that's what I want to put out to the audience. The four corners of the earth, for them to understand that there are children in Bali who are not as fortunate as I have been in getting free education in Malaysia, right up to Form 6. And then, of course, when you go to university or college or overseas, you have to pay. But I want to appeal to people today. Okay, because from what you're telling me, you all are doing a very good job, really serving mankind and our children who are the future generation. So is there a few words that you want to say, appeal of your, for donations? That is your domestic need at the moment, isn't it? Your challenge, you want funds. How much do you need?
200,000.
Actually, it's
okay. Don't be shy. You can say it.
Actually, we need $200,000.
US dollars or US dollars? Where? For 6 years, 5 years, or is it for just 1 year?
For 5 years.
For 5 years.
Yes.
200 US. So, well, I'm appealing to everyone who's watching this video. Please, if you can, do donate. We'll give you an email address at the end. Yeah, so that's domestically, you have this money thing. Are you looking to expand regionally? Because if you don't have money now, you can't go regionally, yeah?
That's right.
Where do you want to go regionally?
We want to set up schools first in other islands of Indonesia, and then also possibly have an international school where students from neighboring countries like Malaysia, Singapore and others can come and also get this world-class education that we are providing them. Okay.
What if this is just a question I put to you, you can go and have this education, Bhaktivedanta is incorporated, Vedanta studies is incorporated with your normal curriculum. What about just having Bhaktivedanta classes, which will make the challenge easier for you? I'm just asking, why this special curriculum? Do you think it has worked over the years from 2007?
Yes, definitely, because just last month we did a survey of the students who were asked that, how they are happy in the school. And 84% of the students said that they are very happy in the school. And when we also talk with the parents who are not necessarily from even this faith, but other faith, other beliefs, they are very happy that their children are coming here, they're getting this kind of education, and they're getting this balanced education. They're also getting 2 times food in the school. So they're really very happy, and they said, no, this is something we really like, and we are happy that our children are coming here. So our parents are satisfied, our children are satisfied. So this is definitely a proof of as we know that the proof of the pudding lies in the taste. So the taste is coming from the students, from the parents.
Okay.
So what more can we expect?
Happiness is one thing, but how are they doing academically? Because you come to school, we want to know, how are they doing academically? Do you all do research? Do you do surveys to find out, if all the children that come to your school go on to become professionals, or it doesn't matter, they don't have to be professionals, but do they actually go on to earn a living?
So that's a very good question. So right now we have, as we were discussing, we started this school in 2007, very young age as a toddler and playgroup, and then gradually we opened the primary section, which has been going on for a few years, and then we opened the secondary. It was 4 years back, and only last year we started the high school. So we have not yet graduated students from the high school who will actually be able to go on to the college and actually establish themselves.
Okay.
So that's why it's too early. We don't have a data point to give you that
But
answer.
that's the older children, fine.
Yeah.
That's the question I asked, so thank you for telling me that. But what about the primary school children previously? When they left your primary school, where did they go?
So they went to other schools, and they have done really very well in other schools wherever they have went, because they're always very thankful that the foundation that they have received in our schools in their early ages has really make them very different, and they have gone to other schools and they have done really well academically and also in their other educations that they have done. So they feel very grateful, and they feel very thankful that they have received such a wonderful training in their early ages of the formative years of their childhood.
Thank you for that. And do they come back to see you all? Just like most schools, we go back to our school, we see our old teachers, all our old classmates. Do you all have like an alumnus or something? I mean, do they come back to help you all for what you all have given them? Do they put something back into the school? Those who have gone out to work. I'm just putting it out to say that in case some of your students are watching and they haven't come back, maybe they should come back and also help.
Definitely, that's a very good proposal.
Yes?
Definitely.
I think it should be, isn't it? You always feel grateful for the Dharma you get, and then you put it back into society. Yeah. So for those who have been from the school, from the Bhaktivedanta Dharma School, and if you're watching this, please do come and help your alma mater. Okay. And now regionally, so you are actually your challenges of monetary and funds, it's just not going to be possible. Is that right? Okay, we'll try and help today's program, see where it goes to. Now, my last question is...
I think she also had some more things she wanted to
Oh, she wanted to say?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't know, but go ahead.
So like
the teachers
we just
training.
We need the proper training teachers for our teachers. So almost every year we have a problem about teachers must be joined in the government education. So
oh, you mean they should be trained in the government education before they come to you?
No, he was joined with us.
Yes, they
and
join
then
you.
after they selected in the government office here, so they move. That is almost everywhere. It's
the same.
Yes.
How many do you lose that way? So you're doing a good job. You're doing too much of a good job, so they leave you.
Yeah. In Bali, they have a really common, people really want to be with the government, join with the government officially.
Why? Is that because they are paid better? Or a pension?
Maybe the pension.
So you all don't give a pension. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. So who trains them when they come to you, the teachers?
We have a board
in
our school, and then the government education also join with us. And then we have a consultant of education from New Zealand and then from Singapore.
So they do come.
Yes.
Wow, that is great. So you have really good people coming to assist you. Very good. Is there anything else more that you want to tell us? So that is one of your challenges that I have to put down. You lose your teachers. What about getting them to, put them on a contract that they have to serve 5 years or 6 years? And is the training free?
Yes.
It's free.
Yes.
Then you should lock them in. I'm telling you as from a HR professional's view. You lock them in. I mean, they have to they have to show some gratitude too, isn't it?
So this year we are starting to do the contract, and this is our plan for this year. And for them, but to give them a contract, we also need to give them more higher salaries so that they are tempted to sign on the dotted line and sign the contract with us.
Okay, very good. But when you choose, don't you ask them a question if they would actually serve the school?
Yeah, we ask
We
them.
ask.
Yeah. At the same time, we also cannot holding them. They want to be in their way. Yes.
So they move on. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you thought about doing anything with that challenge of losing your teachers, apart from locking in, you said the contracts. So did that mean that they didn't have contracts before?
They have.
Yes.
They have. Like I said, as human nature.
You get bored
Yes.
after some time.
Yeah.
Do they stay a certain number of years before they move on?
We have had some teachers who
Yeah.
have been staying with us from the very beginning, and they're still with
Yeah.
us.
Oh, okay.
So we have had some good loyal teachers, but teacher turnover has been an issue, and also to give them better training, higher training, we also need good resources, good facilities and good funds.
Yeah.
So that's again a challenge which is connected to.
Okay, I'm going to ask you something to think about. At the moment, all your teachers come from Bali?
Most of them.
Are they
yes.
young, or I know you got lots from 2007 to 2019. I'm not going to ask how old they are, but it doesn't matter. Age is not the matter. It's about passion and having the skills and experience. Do you all only take teachers from Bali?
No, we are expecting the world will come to help us.
Okay, see, for all of you who are watching, maybe teachers, retired teachers, you want to come out and teach and really put your passion of teaching into the school in Bali, you're most welcome. I'll give you the email at the end. And so would the government give them visas? They would.
Yes.
If you get foreigners coming to teach.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, okay, very good. There you are. So those of you looking for a job, maybe I might come when I retire. I don't know when that'll be, but
You will.
I'm not
Welcome.
telling. Shh. So is there anything else you'd like to tell me? So we have now actually looked for solutions to some of your challenges for monetary and teachers, yeah? And you're also going to do new contracts, etc. But I hope the money does come in. And I also hope teachers who are out there and they have their free time, and those who have retired, maybe they would like to come and work out there.
Yes.
Yeah? And is it nice to live in Denpasar? I've only been to Ubud, Denpasar only to the airport. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So Bali, the spiritual place on earth, or the spiritual hub. Yeah. Is there anything you want to tell that would get people to come and to
Tell something
donate?
about Bali so that
Yes,
people
tell
can
something
come.
about Bali. You know, everybody thinks about Bali. Some people think only about drugs and beach and bikinis. We're not going to go into that. We're now going to go into the spiritual realm. So,
if we are talking about Bali, that's mean coming back home. So
That's the
everybody,
meaning of the word Bali.
yes, the meaning of Bali
Oh.
is coming back
home.
So all of you is very welcome in Bali.
Bali.
We have so many projects in Bali.
Yes.
If you are willing to help, we are openly for that.
Wow, thank you. You've heard it. And it's from Anuradha Priya Dasi. And I only have the last question because we'll wind up. What wisdom to the public from the Bhaktivedanta Dharma School would you leave for the public? We've asked them for donations, we've asked for teachers, we've asked for commitment, we've asked for passion. Most of all, we need donations, yeah? And for people to come and help. Maybe you should look at a program where I can come a few weeks in a year and come and help.
Yes,
Yeah?
definitely.
Come and teach what I can teach.
Yes.
All right? And so what wisdom would you leave? What philosophy from the Bhaktivedanta Dharma School would you like to tell? You both could contribute as well. Who wants to go first? Please go ahead.
So Vedas teach us that Sarve Shukhino Bhavantu means that let everyone be happy.
Okay.
And as we all know that the childhood years are the most happiest years of our life. So we actually, there is a saying in Africa which says that it takes a village to raise a child. So we are actually here on this show, as Raviji has arranged very kindly,
Yes.
that we want to appeal humbly to all of us who are watching this show, that whatever way you can, with your time, with your energy, with your resources, with your facilities, in even whatever way, or funds, whatever way you can join this school in some way or another, because that small help that you can do is actually going to go in a long way and will help these children who are the future for us really get a better education, get a brighter future, and that will actually make the world a much better place, more happier place.
Sure, of course. If everybody contributes, everyone will be happy. Thank you for that. And what about you, Anuradha, Priya, Dasi? What would you like to leave? What wisdom would you like to leave?
Actually,
the
if we are
public?
talk about education, we are talk about our children, it's not about Bali. This is about world. So we are talking also about Malaysia. So please, people who is watching this show, let's join together.
Yes.
We are cooperate each other for our children
Yes.
to get bright future.
Thank you very much. Anyway, that's the end of our program, and I hope you've enjoyed watching it. As you can see, they do need a lot of funds. Lot of funds. How much did you say? How much did you say?
200,000.
200,000 USD for the next 5 years. Yeah? And do you think you'll be able to raise all that, or are you looking in chunks? Are you going to go for the moment, for the year, etc.? What would you like? Anything? Yeah?
Anything.
Okay, 200,000 US dollars for the next 5 years, and that would make their dream come true. And of course, they've got more huge dreams for other things, but if anybody watching out there wants to donate, and if you're a teacher and you want to go and teach out in the school, please get in touch with Anuradha Dasi, and her email is Anuradha Bali, and that's spelled ANURADHABALI 710@gmail.com. I'll repeat that again. Anuradha Bali, ANURADHABALI 710@gmail.com. Do get in touch with her, and she'll be able to give you more information, and maybe you want to go and contribute, like Basudeb says. I call him BK, so his name is really full in my mouth at the moment because I'm always calling him BK. And so they will both, as directors of the school, board members, will be able to help you and give you more information. Thank you for now, and thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, did that make you... oops.